Okay, back again. I thought I should show you finally the assembled and fitted Zzing on my Bike, and I'll try not to be so slow and rambling as my first video. So this here is the Zzing attached to the steering column of my bike. As you can see, that's the steerer up here. That's my fairing on my Bike. You saw the Bike last time. Front wheel where it has the dynamo in it, and here's the Zzing. I decided to put it about here, it doesn't get in the way of my knees when I'm pedaling. This is the click fit fitting, and this this is turns out to be what those pieces of thin steel are for. They're part of the click fit fitting. If you squeeze that, it comes off, and it can actually go on either way, which I suppose could be useful if you wanted to keep the connectors pointing down to maybe, you know, if it was raining or something. I'm kind of lucky with this setup because the fairing will, except in the worst, most terrible weather, will keep the device relatively dry. And certainly if you were to turn it upside down, there's no way that water could get in through those holes. It's not guaranteed to be waterproof. I mean, that's the manufacturer says it's not. So let me show you how I wired it. I got rid of the old connectors and the old wiring because it wasn't particularly brilliant anyway. Seen better days. So these are the push-on connectors, which the ones which were supplied by Zzing, came in the box. Yes, apparently they're not spades. That's a different kind of connector. These are what you might call push-on connectors, or disconnects, some people call them. So it seems, anyway, according to suppliers. So I did those, and I put the heat shrink on. They go on okay. The cable is fresh cable, which I think came in the package, and I can't actually remember whether I got a new piece of cable. And I've just done a fairly tidy job. Well, you probably wouldn't call that tidy, but anyway, it's sturdy. The wire isn't going to go anywhere. Comes up here, and I've run it along with the hydraulic brake cable. Hose, I should say, and then through this sort of cable tidy spiral stuff, and out here. Now these are crimps, and so I spent a good while looking on YouTube to see how you do it, because I got this little crimp kit from somewhere or other. Picked it up for a quid. It's a horrible cheap set, but it did the job. The crimpers themselves are, not good quality. I'm kind of ashamed because I do like to buy a good quality tool if possible, but hey, it did the job. So as you can see here, I've just wired these together. It's AC coming out, so the polarity isn't an issue, and so I've got one connection coming off into. I took the opportunity to put Lumatech, a much nicer front light on, which I had been given, and the main difference is for me is that it has a really nice switch, so I can can switch off the light during the day. I used to be going around with the light on all the time, which is a bit of a waste. And this has even got a light sensor, so you can put it up to this setting, and this little thing here is a light sensor, so it'll automatically go on, which I suppose is very good if you're going through tunnels and things. But then that's full on there, and in the middle it's off. So going back down to my crimp job, which I was very proud, pleased with myself, worried about, but it was absolutely fine. And here's the plug, which was supplied by Zzing, or with the Zzing, and it just pops in there. I could have made the cable a little bit shorter to be tidier. I was a little bit conservative about it, but anyway. Measure twice, cut once, and yeah, I've been running this now for several weeks, and it's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. If I tend to, if I'm going on any length of journey, tend to just take it along with me, and just so I can keep the charge topped up. The switch around the back here is for supplying. You see the yellow light, the yellow LED came on then. That indicates that this socket is now supplied with the 5 volts DC, this USB socket. So you switch that on when you want. You just plug in your USB lead and your whatever it is that you want to charge or keep topped up on the other end. I actually tend to have it in my the N900 in my pocket at the moment, because I haven't got round to getting a nice mount that I could put here, which is really going to be the place for it, so that I can run, you know, GPS backed mapping, of which there are several nice programs for the N900. Best one at the moment that I can find is Mapero, but the GPS is very hungry for charge. But yeah, the biggest test of this device and how it functioned was the Dunwich Dynamo, which is a ride from London Fields in Hackney out to Suffolk and the coast at Dunwich on the Saturday nearest the full moon in July. And I went on that ride and listened to music all the way, and it kept a full charge on the Nokia, and I was very happy. So that is the Zzing installed, and works a treat. Very happy with it. Well, except that I noticed they've now brought out, just after I bought this, they brought out a new smartphone edition. It doesn't specify in what way it's different, but obviously it's superior in some way. But I was glad to get it when I did. So thank you very much to Zzing. I would recommend this product. No doubt that competing products are also have their merits, but this is doing the business for me. Okay, thanks very much. Enjoy your ride.